I'm Peter Bailey, and I invite you to share a nightcap with Artest. I lounge poolside with the enigmatic Lakers star at the Four Seasons and inside Club Dream, the night before his team's showdown with the Heat. We talk music.
It came about, we was putting out this mixtape for All-Star Weekend.
Philanthropy, and his transition from public enemy #1 to goodwill ambassador.
So I wanted to kind of be the spearhead of this movement, you know, the mental health movement, and not being afraid to talk to your parents, to your teacher.
Just real people, real convo.
Yo, what's going on? This is Artest, number 15, the best defensive player ever, and you're watching Peter Bailey on NBC. Let's go. What's going on, man? Everything good?
How it feels to be in Miami, man?
Man, it feels good. You know, we're here with the Lakers and traveling with the team, and I mean, we got this clash of the Titans, so to speak, right now, so it's a good look. A lot of energy in the city right now.
Clash of the Titans. How do you guys think you pair up?
I think we pair up pretty well. Obviously, we're taller, they're younger and more athletic than us. You know, we probably got a little bit more experience in the Heat, but they're young and dangerous right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ron, from basketball to everything, you're in the music game heavy right now.
Yes, yes.
You ever saw Fat Joe? How did that come about?
Man, it came about, we was putting out this mixtape for All-Star Weekend and having fun, a lot of original music. And then we created some good music and got 3 singles out the mixtape. So we had to pull the mixtape back for a second, pull some records off the mixtape. So we had this one record called Go Loco. We was in the studio, LA, Mexicans, you know, Latinos, and we said, let's do a Latino record. And at first it was hip hop. My man did the hook, and I said, oh, this sound dope with George Lopez. I called George Lopez, like, yo, I think I need to.
George Lopez.
Yeah, we called George, said, George, I need you to get on this hook.
Yeah.
He said, nah, Ron, I don't rap, come on. I said, George, believe me, it's gonna sound dope. He comes to the studio, got in his little swag, laid the hook down. I called Fat Joe, Be Real, Aventura. I called my man down. He had Lean Like a Cholo, big record on the West. And then my artist, Taz, and she a female sensation right now, dancing, she young, and so the record Go Local, now it's popping.
And some radios are picking it up in different markets.
California, San Antonio, Utah, Denver, Miami, and Spain. It's only been out 1 week. It's my first biggest record I ever had, you know, that I was a part of, so I'm real proud of it right now.
You have something that's more legendary that's cooking. Another Queens MC just got out of prison.
Yes.
Do we see a possible Prodigy and Artest collaboration?
I would love that. You know, Prodigy's been an idol of mine. Just looking up to the mob, being a youngster, just trying to, you know, make it out the neighborhood. You got Nas, who's the inspiration, Mobb Deep, MC Shan, Marley Marl. You know, even Vern Fleming, who played for the Indiana Pacers, and he was an Olympian. You know, on the basketball side. So I had a chance to see both, you know, types of successes. So it was great.
You know, Ron, the other day you ran into a guy named Bob, and it was, you know, on a serious note, Ron, you went from being public enemy to just a guy everybody loved. Just very inspiring. What inspires you to kind of just be that guy, man?
You know what, when I was young, I was making a lot of mistakes, and I told myself I never wanted to change. And I had this point in time in my life where after the brawl, I was gonna try to change, suit and tie, but I thought that would have been too fast. So I had to like kind of let it on people gradually and stay true to myself and let people get used to me, you know, as I get older, as I become more mature. And now people's like, you know, this Ron Artest, he just is who he is. He's a good dude. You know, he loves to get back to his community. And I'm still able to have fun and all that.
Speaking about giving back to the community, you auctioned off one of your rings for charity. How was that, man?
It was great, man. I just think, you know, it was an important message to get across because a lot of kids that grow up in the neighborhoods, you know, going to jail, lack of confidence, you know, one-time mistakes in jail for 20 years, you know, drugs, lack of parenting, you know, in the neighborhoods and things like that, whether they're black, white, Latino, whatever. You know, so I wanted to kind of be the spearhead of this movement, you know, the mental health movement, and not being afraid to talk to your parents, to your teacher, or to a therapist, you know, and trying to show people that, you know, you can be different.
Now the whole city is coming out to party with you, should be your dream. What can we expect? What can Miami expect?
Man, it's gonna be so shady tonight. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be low. The lights gonna be down low. You know that. We're gonna play some music. I'm gonna hit the mic. You know, I'm not gonna drink any alcohol, but I'm gonna have fun. We're gonna perform. We're gonna touch the stage. We do that everywhere for the most part. I always like to touch the stage, and people get used to seeing me because they thought like basketball players, you know, they hit the stage and they can't do it. You know, so I'm kind of breaking the mold right now.
Miami or LA? Nightlife.
Nightlife? I mean, I'm Miami.
You're in our city right now.
Let me tell you why, man. Miami don't close at 6 in the morning. LA closed at 2. Wow. But I mean, it's a different style. Miami don't close at 6, party all night. LA closed at 2 because it's busy all day over there. You know, so it's a different type of style. So you got to go out by like 12 and then the party's over by 1:45 in LA. Whereas here, you go out at 12, you're going to be there till 5. You know, so it depends what you want.
Finally, Ron, how does it feel to be a world champion? How does that feel? Like just waking up in the morning, I'm one of the best in the world.
You know what, man? I honestly forgot about it. It's kind of crazy. It feels better to raise almost $1 million with your ring and give it back to charity. You know, so I don't look at myself as a world champ. I look at myself like as an example. You know, as somebody who inspires. You know, more than anything. You know, and that ring meant so much. It gave back to so many people.
Right. Wow. I'm Peter Bailey, and that was your Nightside Nightcap with Ron Artest.
Yes, sir.
That was
yes,
good.
sir. Definitely.
Just real people, real convo.